and more.
Hello and good afternoon and welcome once again to the Health Station Nigeria Info. This is Carla with you. Missing Joyce today. Yet, wherever you might be, Joyce, just know that my heart is with you. Remember, guys, I've said that. Make sure you tell Joyce about that I really miss her today on the show. But anyway, with me is Zainab. Thanks for joining me today and helping me to be the co-pilot on the console. So I've been away for some time as well. I don't know if for those of you who listen very often to the show, there's been replays as well on repeat shows for the last 2 weeks. But I'm back. I'm back with some new info, some new topics. And basically, I figured that this week, on the 25th of April, was Malaria Day. And I don't think anyone knows what malaria is.
Mosquito bites.
What a statement. I mean, I guess you all know what malaria is, and I just figured, you know what, let's talk malaria today. Let's open up about it. The lines will be open throughout the show. 0700-993-993-993. I'd love to hear what you have to say about not just your experience having malaria. I mean, we've all had malaria. I've had it God knows how many times ever since I was a kid. But when it comes to preventive measures, when it comes to how you help your body heal, how you help your body fight the parasite, whatever you want to call it, the disease, you know, whatever it is you'd like to share on air today, I am really going to let you do the talking today. I mean, I have a lot of information here I can share. But once again, 0700-993-993-993. Let's talk malaria on the health station with me, Carla. And I'd love to hear for the next 30 minutes all about it. Remembering, of course, all those who have passed away from malaria. It is one of the biggest killers still in the world. But the good thing is that according to the World Health Organization, cases have been going down, not down enough, but I think it's because there is a certain awareness as well nowadays. But then again, it's still existing. We've got mosquitoes everywhere. It's not going to go away. But then again, how we deal with it, it's something we can learn. So once again, 0700-993-993-993. I am opening the lines for you. The floor is yours. I lend you my ears. And meanwhile, here are a few facts on malaria. And once again, for the 25th of April, remembering all those who have passed away, who have suffered, and who have lost loved ones due to malaria. 6 countries in Africa account for about half of all malaria deaths worldwide, and Nigeria actually has the biggest burden, 23 to 25%, depending on the source you get. So that's number one. You've got the Democratic Republic of Congo, around 11%, Tanzania 5%, Burkina Faso 4%, Mozambique 4%, and Niger 4%. So the World Health Organization estimates that around 3.4 billion people in 92 countries are at high risk of being infected with malaria, and 1.1 billion are at high risk of getting malaria in a year. Now, cases and, of course, cases of deaths from malaria have, as I said, been put off a bit from efforts that are there. But once again, one thing hampering those efforts, I could say, is that the parasites are actually resisting anti-malarial drugs, and people don't realize that, and sometimes taking the same drug doesn't really help. And mosquitoes are also resisting insecticides that people spray around. You've got in here in Lagos, I keep on seeing compounds sprayed with insecticides for mosquitoes, not really understanding that, you know, they can be resistant to these pesticides. So the World Health Organization has recommended a vaccine for malaria. It's not yet accessible to all, but it's there. And malaria still remains a very important public health hazard here in Nigeria, as I said, globally as well. It is responsible for high disease and death rates amongst children and that are under 5 and pregnant women mainly. So that's one area of concern. Now, the causes include a lot of things. First of all, the climate here. We know that the climate makes us more prone to having mosquitoes all around us. We also have the high transmission potential. We have the socioeconomic development of the country. We have the overstretched healthcare system, and of course displaced populations moving from one place to another. So there's a lot we can talk about on today when it comes to malaria. It's not a topic that's new to you, I know that, but it's always good to talk about it, always good to remember, and always good to kind of share our experiences, our concerns, our questions, our comments, and have us all discuss it for at least 30 minutes. I think we can all learn from it. So once again, 0700 993 993 993. Give us a call on Nigeria Info, and we will have the lines open for you, basically. So one other thing, since I'm here and as in my field as a health coach, I do have people who come with vulnerable or how can I say threatened immune systems, and they come asking for advice on how best to prevent the disease or even deal with the disease if they're going through it. But I will get back to you on that after the first call that we have. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Okay, that was there. Okay, so once again, 0700 993 993 993. Do give us a call. Our lines are open. And be patient because it won't stop ringing. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You're on air.
Hello, my name is Dr. Clement.
Hi, doctor. Doctor, did I hear right? Oh, something's wrong with the lines today. Is it the rain? Is it the... Did you see that thunderstorm a few days ago?
Yes, that happened. Yes, it was a serious one.
I actually have a friend
sad.
whose the friend of mine lives in a penthouse. The roof literally flew off.
Wow.
The house flew off. I'm not joking. It's just like in the movies. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy. Anyway, so hopefully the lines aren't going to fly off today as well. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead. Let's talk malaria, hopefully.
Yeah, in the case of malaria,
Yeah.
I've been having several problems with malaria. Whether it's because of the drainage around the environment.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course I can. Go ahead. All right. Once again, losing you all. Just make sure you keep on calling, keep on trying. 0700 993 993 993. So back to my clients coming for some help. I mean, we all caught malaria. We know what it's like. I've had it so many times. I
Carla,
can't
there
even
is
remember.
something I find very funny.
Yeah, go ahead.
So sometimes when you complain something is wrong with you or you are not feeling too well, people go, "Oh, it could be malaria."
Yeah.
So how people tend to diagnose that?
I
is what
get
don't
those
understand.
two. I get typhoid and malaria, and sometimes it's all, I've had typhoid and malaria. Well, honestly, there's a simple pinprick test for malaria, Zainab, and that's what many people fail to do or are not aware of. You can actually just go to any proper clinic. A pinprick test will actually tell you if you do have malaria or not.
Oh.
And if you do, there is a treatment. And once again, there are different drugs because it is a resistant what can I say? It's resistant to a lot of drugs because it adapts, just like the mosquitoes are resistant as well to insecticides. So we have to make sure we don't just gobble up a medication just saying, oh, it's malaria, let me just get anything from
And
malaria.
that happens a lot here.
Yeah,
in Nigeria.
unfortunately it does. But it's better to be supervised by a doctor to make sure that you don't have anything else along with malaria as well. But I have a friend who had malaria, although the first test that she had done was negative.
Okay.
So she was not treated for malaria because the first test was negative and her symptoms were getting worse. She actually had to be flown out of the Nigeria and she was in a coma for almost a month.
Was
Yeah,
it that serious?
because of malaria. So it is not something we should underestimate and say, oh, it's just fine, it's malaria. We do have to treat it. We do have to make sure we have a history of what drugs we took for each case we had to make sure that we're not repeating the same treatment that might not work. Anyway, let's just take this call. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but please reduce your volume.
Oh.
Malaria, don't catch the computer.
Carla, I have another thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if I'm supposed to be asking a doctor this question, but so it's about it has to do with babies. Sometimes people go, so you have to treat malaria for babies every 3 months. Is it as a mother?
As a baby, no. But as a kid, I remember when I was a kid, now things might have changed in the field of medicine, and you've got people who follow the Western way of doing things and the European way of doing things and different schools of medicine. But I remember as a kid, we were given preventive drugs in case we did have malaria, and it's like Nivaquine and all those quinine containing. So now I'm not too sure about what exactly is asked for the kids, but I know from my kids, I haven't given them every 3 months. But then again, maybe because they don't live in an environment where they're very prone to catching it. We have mosquito nets. We don't have, I mean, we make sure there are no mosquitoes around us. I think it depends on the environment. If maybe you live close to an area that's filled with mosquitoes, you are at high risk, then maybe it's different. But definitely it's something you should ask the doctor. Definitely. But I'm glad you brought it up. Anyway, 0700-993-993-993. Once again, malaria. So malaria, I mean, I'm not going to go into the technicalities of how it's transmitted. This is something you can easily read about or ask anyone about. But you know that it is, if you're bitten by an infected female mosquito, that can definitely transmit malaria. And basically because those mosquitoes were infected previously in another blood meal from another person that was infected. So basically that's how it gets transmitted. But just like any other disease, malaria weakens your immune system. And when it does that, it's generally characterized, of course, as you know, by chills, high fever, headache, vomiting, diarrhea, and the list goes on. And there is no specific diet for malaria, because I'm always asked this question, what should I eat if I have malaria? But a person that's infected with the disease, whatever the disease, needs to eat a healthy diet that provides adequate nutrition for many reasons. Number one, you need your body to get essential nutrients for recovery. Number two, you need to strengthen your immune system. And number three, you also need to avoid certain foods that will put extra strain on either your kidneys, your liver, your digestive system, and specific here, your liver, because we know how it affects your liver when you do have malaria. So if I were to give you an advice here, it would be to help your body fight the disease, or to help your body in terms of prevention as well. So whether you or someone you know is suffering or recovering from malaria, there are a few diet tips that can help fight malaria and that can help speed up recovery. But then again, when I say them, you realize that goes for most diseases. All right. Let's take the next caller. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Go ahead.
Please don't ask. What about Joyce?
Oh, Joyce. Joyce is not here today, but she will be joining soon the studio. I'm missing her as much as you are, I suppose. But she will be coming back soon. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. So considering what best to when it comes to your diet, okay. First of all, and most importantly, it's very important you hydrate yourself. So drink plenty of water and fluids. It could be coconut water. It could be fresh, and I insist, fresh juices. These are okay, of course, but water is always the superstar of all liquids, okay? And that helps keep your body well hydrated. It helps flush the parasites out of your body quickly. But make sure that you drink water that's clean, of course, water that's bottled, not just any kind of water from any source, because you don't want to be catching something else as well while you're having malaria. Now, another thing when it comes to food, I would always propose you focus a lot on the quality of the food. But I'll take this call because the lines are clicking. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Go ahead. You're on air. This is Nigeria Info. Good afternoon. Hello.
Who am I speaking with? Sorry.
Okay, you're on Nigeria Info.
Yeah, I know. Who am I speaking with?
This is Carla. You're on the health station. Would you like to contribute to the show?
Huh?
Okay, I don't think you even know who you're calling. All right. Okay, once again, this is about malaria. Feel free to call 0700-993-993-993. So, number one, as I said, liquids. Number two, your diet should be very rich and focus a lot on your local, and I insist, local fruits and local vegetables. Hello. Good afternoon. There you go again. I'm telling you, this system today has malaria as well. Okay, so fruits and vegetables, and preferably your local produce. Why? Whatever is being grown locally will have the nutrients, essential nutrients, to adapt to the actual environment, climate, whatever it is. So if you're buying, let's say, strawberries, which are extremely expensive here, they're imported, and God knows what trajectory they actually took and journey to get here, and you're buying a banana from the local market. Trust me, the banana, no matter how much they tell you strawberries is a superfood, because I know you read on the internet and you always see strawberries popping out, but bananas will give you more than the strawberries that have taken a whole week to get to you, and they're not as fresh as they should be, and they don't contain the nutrients and vitamins you necessarily need to adapt to the environment, the local environment here, the climate here in Nigeria. Go for the local fruits and vegetables. You are blessed with all of these. Anyway, we also have room for WhatsApp, 0809-597-5805. I forgot about WhatsApp, and I'm right there next to the screen. I couldn't believe I forgot that. Thanks for reminding me, Zainab. So WhatsApp 0809-597-5805. But let me take the next call. Hello. Good afternoon. Malaria. Let's talk malaria.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, please, what of Joyce?
Joyce, if you're hearing right now, you're needed in the studio. Joyce isn't around. She will be back soon. Would you like to contribute about malaria?
No.
Okay, no problem. Just listen to the show and learn a few things or two. All right, so once again, WhatsApp 0809-597-5805, and you can always call on 0700-993-993-993. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Fira.
Hi, doctor. How are you? Thanks for
I'm
calling.
fine, thank you. How are you? Yes. One thing you need to do when you are treating malaria, I don't know if you got into that part, is you need to stop fruits. You need to stop everything vitamin C. You need to stop everything oranges, pineapples, and watermelon, because you're feeding the malaria parasites when you do that, and you're still taking your drugs. So just called in to let you know that.
Can you elaborate more on that, doctor? All right, that's a first timer for me. So once again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm very glad you called. Well, once again, there's a lot of controversy on that, to be honest, because in some, I have read about this, but that's the first for me hearing from a doctor here in Nigeria. You do hear a lot about people telling you consume a lot of vitamin C, consume fruits that are like papaya, sweet lime, grapes, berries, lemon, oranges, because they are rich in vitamin C and they detoxify the body and they help fight disease. And we know, and vitamin C is an antioxidant. But on another side, you have a lot of literature that tells you, from what the doctor just said, that you're not supposed to be taking these. In my personal opinion, I would go for the first option. I would go for the first option because if you're not going to eat your fruits and vegetables, what are you going to eat? You're going to eat maybe meat or animal products which will strain your liver. That's going to be quite heavy on the liver. So high protein diets with combination of carbohydrates, they keep your healthy body. But if you want to just have proteins, that can be really heavy on your system. So I'm not going to say I agree, nor am I going to say I disagree, because there is a lot of literature on both opinions. But I'd love to hear more about that from you guys calling. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Go ahead.
This is Joy calling.
Go ahead.
I want to comment on when you eat all those things.
Yes.
My take is that, for me, if I take a lot of all those things, fruits, malaria will disappear.
You see?
That is what I found in my body, and they work for me a lot. Whenever I have those symptoms, I just face those fruits. There will be no sickness anymore. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for calling. This is why I want you guys to call, because as once again, a doctor telling us not to eat fruits and vegetables, I totally respect that. And I'm sure the doctor who called, sorry, I forgot the name, has done his research and everything. But it's really a very delicate topic, because you want to see what study was on how many, what's the data on how many people was it, how big of a study was it, to really confirm that you shouldn't be eating fruits when you have malaria. I personally, from what I have read, would suggest you should. And as a caller just said, you see the symptoms disappearing. And actually, herbs are actually talking about, local produce and everything. Herbs are known to really help with the symptoms of malaria. There's a lot on that. There was a study done in the University of Lagos in the Department of Botany, and they actually bought plants that were fresh from a specific market here in Lagos, and of course that they made sure that all these herbs were genuine. They made their tests before, and they made a whole herbal decoction, we can say that, that gave a lot of chemosuppression, meaning the use of the chemicals in these herbs to defeat the parasites from malaria. And they noticed that the parasite load 24 hours after administrating this whole mixture of herbs actually reduced, and it shows that there's a lot when you go into this holistic approach, people going to their local doctors that give them those herbal mixture. There is a truth to it. There is definitely a truth to it, but it depends on which stage of malaria you are. If you have acute, intense malaria, herbs won't be the only solution, enough of a solution to heal you. The combination of plants could be useful, definitely, in suppressing malaria in the early stages. But when they did an investigation of the decoctions in the late stages of malaria, they noticed that no, you need medicinal plants along with new medicines as well to help heal it. So it all depends on your case, on your body, on your immune system, which stage you're in. But I truly think that fruits and fresh fruits with vitamin C do help. But I'd love to see the data on the studies that suggest that you shouldn't be having fruits when you have malaria. I'd love to see that. I mean, I'm actually going to research that tonight. Let's take another call. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Innocent from Ikeja.
Hi, Innocent. Go ahead. Malaria.
On this issue, I have suffered malaria a lot. And when my doctor noticed that I'm AA, he said, wow, that AA, they are always suffering malaria.
Okay.
So what I normally do now is that whenever I feel anything, any sign of malaria, I will just rush to these fruits. And consume a lot of vitamins.
Yeah.
Then after that, the sign will just go off. And that is how I have been doing it for a long time now.
And it's working for you, I presume.
Huh?
And it's working for you.
And it's working for me, actually. It's working
Thank
for
you
me.
for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. I hope you never get to catch malaria again, but thank you for sharing. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I just want to ask what that doctor, before I say anything, I will say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist at all, but what that doctor said, which I have heard over time, I think in relation to your approach to it, I think there may be need for correction. Like another caller said, you added that when somebody has malaria, you think the person should take a lot of fruits. But I think what the doctor was trying to say is not when a person had malaria, but when treating malaria. So like I said, even though I'm not a doctor, but I think the issue is the drug you are taking and the drug you are taking to treat the malaria vis-a-vis adding the fruit to it. But then second thing, I have a question.
Yes.
Talk about water.
Yes.
Water for drinking a lot of water. Then I want to ask this generally. Drinking water, is there a best way of taking water with meal? In other words, if I have a plate of food, is it better to drink water before I start eating, or is it better for me to drink while I'm eating the same plate of food? I drink, I eat, I drink, I eat. Or is it better to drink water when I'm done with a whole plate? Or it doesn't matter?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your comment, and thank you for asking that question. Although it's not related to malaria, I'm going to very quickly answer that because I've had this question before. So, first of all, water is something you should drink throughout the day. If you are thirsty, drink water. Thirst is a sign of dehydration or a sign that there's a lot of sugar in your blood because you might be diabetic if you're consistently thirsty even if you drink water. So there are many other factors involved. I drink water when I'm eating, but I don't overdo it. It's not like I drink a whole half a liter and then I eat. The only thing you might hear about people telling you not to drink while you're eating much, it's because it dilutes the digestive juices that are supposed to be doing their job in your stomach, and it might reduce the efficiency of those digestive juices. But at the end of the day, you're having stew, you're having soup, you're having all these, they contain water. So it's not like you don't have to drink water at all when you're eating. No. If you're watching your weight, people tend to drink a lot of water before they start their meal, so they're not overeating as well food. They're filling their belly with a lot of water so they don't eat too much solid food. So it all depends on you, basically. In my case, I do drink water when I eat. Definitely. I enjoy drinking water. I have my drink. I'm thirsty, I drink. But I'm not gobbling up a whole liter and a half while I'm having my meal. So that's what I'm trying to point out. I hope it's clear enough. Is it? Okay.
Very well.
All right. Next caller. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Malaria. Good afternoon. Hello. Lines are pretty bad. WhatsApp 0809597585. I have one more caller I can take, and after that, we are done. My God, how time flies quickly. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Turn down the volume of your radio.
I am Dr. Abara.
Yes, doctor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ikuru.
Yes, go ahead. What's your take on fruits and malaria?
The doctor that called and
yes.
said eating of fruits.
Yes.
It's not all that good when you are taking anti-malaria.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, I want to support him.
Yes.
And the reason is this. Because of the newest drugs for malaria, the
okay,
ACT.
it's because of the drugs.
You understand? It's not advisable to take any hemesenic, anything that contains calcium, vitamin C, until you finish your treatment.
Okay.
Then after 72 hours, you can now start taking all those things. So he is right.
All right. So it's just during the course of the treatment with that specific drug, is it?
Exactly.
And what's the drug? Can you repeat the name so that our callers can understand?
Repeat the name of what?
The drugs. What are those new drugs that you're talking about for the treatment of malaria?
We're talking about the ACTs.
ACT.
Yes.
ACT.
ACTs, those ones you call lumefantrine,
yes.
And the rest of them.
Okay, all right. Yes. Thank you for elaborating on that. So there you go. If you are on Lomepantine or any of the other ACT drugs, do not have your fruits. This is about two doctors calling, and I am not a doctor, so definitely I'm going to have to agree with them by now. All right, so, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have your fruits to be healthy, guys. Okay, let's not, if you are on that specific treatment, maybe during the course of the treatment, reduce your fruit intake. I'll do more research on that and maybe refer to this next week. Thank you for calling. Thank you for participating. See you next week.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. The best